Okay, right, we're just starting the interview, so could you just state what your name is, please?
Ewell Benjamin Blake.
Alright. And where were you born?
In Jamaica,
Jamaica.
St. Elizabeth.
Alright. What date? What's your date of birth?
1937.
1937. Okay. Alright, I'm going to ask you a few questions about your life in Jamaica before you came to England. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you talk to me about your early memories, your childhood? What was your childhood like?
Well, when you're in Jamaica, when you grow up, you got to help your people, your grandparents, and you have to get up and before you go to school and bring water, fetch water for them, and come back here, go and look for the tie out the animal, then all those things you got to do before you go to school. And you come back from school, you do the same. Yeah. And well, from then on, we grew up. My father was a carpenter. I used to work with him. Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah.
What kind of things did you do? What kind of things did you make?
Well, he used to build house, I used to help him out. Yeah. Well, when the time come from, people was coming to England, and I decided to come. Yeah.
Okay. Going back to your family, how many were in your family altogether?
My father's family?
In your family, brothers, sisters?
Oh yes. It's about 8 of us in my father's side. Yeah. Yeah. But it's only me one who did come over. Yeah.
How were you? What was your relationship like with your brothers and sisters? Did you have?
Oh, very good. Yeah. Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
Well, I have 4 brothers. About three sisters. Well, since I over here, I think some of them did born, but I didn't know them. They're big people now. Yeah.
So what was your relationship with your parents? What was that like?
It was very good.
Yeah.
At time you get to have manners to them. Yes. And these children that growing up now hardly have any manners to their parents. But we from your born they taught you how to have manners. Yeah. And I come over 1961 on the Ascania, the ship, and we come to Southampton. That is 1961. And from then on, we come to Wolverhampton, and I'm still here. I never go nowhere else.
I thought it was interesting what you said about that your parents taught you to have manners.
Yeah.
When you were growing up.
Yeah.
Were they religious?
Yes. Very religious. Well, I go to a church named Calvary. But that was a Sunday church, really.
So what was that like? Growing up in that environment?
It was alright. It was very good. It was very strict though. You couldn't go out and play without, you have to come back certain time when they say, you must come back in the home.
So what other things were they strict about, do you think?
Well then, you have to know who you play with, you see. they know that that family don't good, curse and swear, you don't play with those children. So anything else?
Yeah. How did your religious upbringing influence you as a child?
Well,
How did it make you feel?
it make you grow up, you learn to have manners to people. You didn't swear nor nothing. And when I come big and if I go back out, when I go out and see people, I still call them Mr. Auntie or some, But when I come to England, I hear they call big people by their name. It was very strange to me.
You mean children?
Children, big men in factory, they call them by them, by the name. Like say Eric. We in Jamaica would say Mr. Eric. But over here, them different.
Tell me about your school days. What was that like?
Well, that was alright as well. I didn't go far up in classes, When because when you're at school, you feel like you want to leave school, but I should stay there. I should further my education, but I didn't. Want to go out and work.
So what age did you leave school?
Well, I think about 15, yeah. 15.
Yeah. Is that the normal age for people to leave school?
Yes. And some stay over to study,
So how old were you when you came to England?
I was only in my 20, I think 25.
25.
I spent all my years over here.
So why did you come over? Why did you come to England?
Well, to see England. I come to see the people over here, how they live. Because when I'm in Jamaica, I thought all white man was rich. Yes. I didn't know that they have poor white man. Because, them in Jamaica, people have to work for them, So I thought all white man did rich. But when I come, you see when you travel, you see strange things,
Did you? Sorry.
Eh?
Going to say something. Carry on.
No, you asked.
So where did you choose to come in England when you first arrived?
I come to Ulvan and same place in Parkfield here, up Fighting-Cox, New Street. Yeah, and I moved back down to Dudley Road and I just live right around in the area here. I didn't choose to go nowhere else,
Why did you come here though? Why Wolverhampton?
Well, my uncle was here,
Okay.
my aunt. So I just come and they receive me. And from then on, they say I got to fend for myself. I got to go out and look job. I got to walk. It took me nearly 6 months before I get a job. Job that's scarce, you see. And when I get the first job in Darliston, money didn't go there. £6 a week. And then take tax out, you get £5 or sometimes £4 something.
Was that a good wage or no? Not.
Well, things did cheap really. Everything did cheap. Could get you ride on the bus with 4 pence. And everything bread with 3 pence and you call it 2 pence. Everything did cheap.
Yeah.
But the money wasn't good at it's only since of late the money go up, you know, in the 70s. It's hard to get money go up. But in the 60s and 50s the money down. In those days snow and fog and frost, everything come down on you. But now you can see the time change. You don't have those great snow and frost and fog. I got to walk from Darliston in the fog and come straight up to Dudley Road. You couldn't see nothing.
Is that how you thought of England when you were in Jamaica?
Well, when I was there, they said, you don't have no sun here. When I come here, I didn't see no sun. And the trees, they were all dried up. I said all of them is dry tree, but it's the winter hook that caused it, you see.
So did you come over by boat?
Yeah, Ascania, the ship, yeah.
How was the journey? How long did that take?
It took 2 weeks non-stop on the sea, day and night. Every day you get up, you only see all water. 2 weeks it take us on the ship. And we come to Southampton there.
So how did you feel on the journey?
I was alright, yes. I didn't sick nor nothing, but some people seasick. When I come here, I did want to go back home. Didn't like the place.
Didn't like it at all?
I didn't like it. Look funny, you know.
How was that? How funny?
Every day you get up, you see the same, the snow, the frost, everything. It wasn't good at all. And when you didn't have a job, you got to walk all the way. You see the factories, but they didn't want to take you on.
Do you remember which year you came?
1961.
61.
Yeah. I get on with the people, I'm alright. No trouble. Like some people get in trouble with police and people. I didn't have no trouble with them in neither works nor on the street nor no way. And I'm still living here. All the children have grown up. Only thing I don't have no money. I didn't get a job with that pay, you know, a good money.
Yeah.
But I always was working, you know. I was still in work. Then Margaret Thatcher closed the whole place down.
So where did you work? Where was your first job?
And that was in Darliston. And I leave it and go Sweat and Light. Then I go to Villiers, Simit, Tarmac, Bilston Foundry. That's my last job, that is.
Yeah.
So you got to move from factory to get anything good, you see. So Bilston Foundry was my last job, where they make baths and showers and everything. And then Margaret Thatcher come in power and close down the factories, every factory that we know. So from that time I don't get no more work. I thank the Lord I'm still living.
Did you ever have problems finding work?
Well, it's only in the last. See, when you go on over 50, they don't want to take you on, you see.
I mean, when you first came.
When we first came, yes, it was very hard to get work those days. The factory was there, but then I feel they didn't like colour that those time. Yeah.
Is that because of what was said to you? What happened? How do you feel about that?
No, they just tell you that there's no vacancy. But there's vacancy in the factory, but they don't. The gate man just turn you back. But if you did have somebody working there, they would ask the foreman, and you're easy to get in that way. If you know somebody working at the factory, they ask the foreman, and when you go now, you ask the foreman. But don't go to the gate man, he turn you back. So there's no vacancy, but they have vacancy in the factory. That's how come plenty people get job. By friends in the factory.
So how did you feel when they turned you away from jobs?
Well, we can do no work, just turn away and go and find the next factory. Sometimes when I see you coming and say, no vacancy. But we know vacancy is there.
But how did you feel about that?
Well, you won't feel so good then. I didn't feel so good. Every day you get up, you got to work. Go and ask at the factory. No vacancies. Well, they used to give you a little money in at the labour there. Well, they call it the labour. To keep you till you get something. But it wasn't not much they give you. Just as much to buy bread and pay your rent.
The labour, is that like the benefit office now?
Yeah. It used to run the railway. You know around the railway?
The railway? No, I don't think I know that.
Yes, the railway that run in the Wolverhampton. Around there the benefit office was. Yeah. Where that theatre is now, where you call that?
By the bus station?
Yeah, around there.
Oh right, yeah.
That's the first benefit office. Well, now you know Wolverhampton improve. When you come here, Wolverhampton wasn't like that, you know.
What was it like?
It was only a little town. You could run around it.
Is that small?
Yeah. It's only in the 70s when they started to build it up. Immigrant come here and work and you draw out your tax to build this country. So anybody born now and see Wolverhampton, they believe say it's so it was stay before now. It was a little mash up town. I know it. No, you cannot run around it. You're lost.
Was it just your aunt and uncle that you knew when you first came here?
Yeah, and a couple of friends, you know, who come over before me. Some of them died.
How did they die?
Eh?
When did they die? When they came over?
Yeah, long after, just dead in the 80s. My cousin died. Friends who I know from back home died. A whole lot of people died. Well, when you come to England, we didn't come to stay here, you know. We only come for 5 years. We couldn't get no money to go back home. All Jamaicans who come here, only come say we come for 5 years. But you ever see a chunk?
Yeah.
Every Jamaican have a chunk.
Yeah, I've seen one.
Big. Because we did only come for 5 years, buy up and go home back. When you come and find out everything, yeah, we have to send for our missus, our girlfriend, and then married over here. Things never work out like how we want it, you see. There was no money here to go back home.
So were you married when you came over?
Well, when I come over, I sent for my wife. I sent for the, well, say my missus then,
Okay.
my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we get married 62. Me come 61 and then she come, I sent for her 62. And we married and we are still living together. Children and grown up. And I'm in the church now. No looking back. Yeah.
Were you in the church when you came over?
No, it's a long after, you know. It's when I get redundant, I go in the church.
When was that?
1985. I go in the church. Well, I did believe in the Adventist from back home, but I didn't go, you see.
Why was that?
You know, when you're young, you still believe in God, but you want to go places, I'll dance and. Well, I didn't like parties. But like a wedding dance, you know, when they get married, I go there. Party's not my likeness, so I didn't go there.
So you said that your parents were Sunday church?
Yeah, my father used to go there.
Yeah.
Tell him. Well, my uncle was an Adventist from away when I was little. And up to now, he's still in it. He's a elder now in Jamaica. I've been out there last year and he's still in church, yeah. My father gone over to the Adventists. But he died now. My father died. He was a Sunday man, you know. But when he started to read the Bible better, he find out that Sabbath is the right way.
How old were you when you when he found that out? How old were you?
He's when me over here. In St. Anselm, they say that he gone over to the Adventists. And he always say I must go into that church. It's long after I go in, you know. It's long after I go in there.
So you started going to the Adventist church in 1985, you said?
See, when we get baptized, I think it's in the 90s. In the 90s, yeah.
So when did your father tell you?
Before that, yeah. About in the 80s, he tell me said I must get saved, get baptized.
So you've always had religion in your life from...
Oh yeah, from really clear. When Sunday come, my grandparents them very strict, you could make no nice. Yeah. I got to go to church with them on Sundays.
Did you go to church at all when you came over?
Yeah, I've been to like they keeping crusade. Well, I've been to the Adventist crusade one time. West Park, I think. Was it crusade? I think, yeah. But I used to go to Pastor Brown church, you know, and then keeping rallies and Sunday church, you know. But then I wouldn't baptize in Sunday church because I know say it's not the right way. So I just make up my mind and say I'm going to the Sabbath church. And when I go in there, I don't look back out there yet. Yeah. So that is that, sir. I don't find no fault with the people them over here. Them don't trouble me, I don't trouble them. Like some people get in trouble with them. I never.
Why was that then? Why did you not get into trouble?
Because I know God law. If you know God law, you won't get in no trouble. No right from wrong. I know God law, not man law. God law. It's God who first make law.
Have you always lived in this house?
This is not my first house.
What's your first house?
I was living around here so before.
Yeah. Where's that?
Just around, yeah, that street, Deverville Road.
Deverville?
This around the corner there. If you can see that house over there, is a house behind it. Yeah. I used to live, yeah. And we actually had a different house, so they give me this one. We start to pay for this one. This, you know, once the money will finish pay for it now.
How long have you lived here?
I live here about going up to 20 years since we live in this one now.
What was the first house like?
It was 3-bedroom, small. And the children then growing up, you know, so would like a bigger one, they give us 4. This one is 4.
How many children have you got altogether?
We have 6. Yeah.
which years were they born? When were they born?
They born from 63 go right up, you know. One of the lad here was the first one. I don't. But all of them grew up like, you know, they grew up quickly.
Quickly?
Mm.
What do you mean?
I mean, I have them, we have just a year apart, I think. Yeah. The best you have your children early, that they can grow up before you get old.
Why do you think it's better that way, to have children young?
You see, when you have them old, they come in funny way. The children come funny.
Come funny?
Yeah. You might get a handicap one. But then you have them when you're young.
When you're fit and healthy?
Fit and healthy.
Okay.
Well, all of mine come up, them born alright.
Boys and girls?
Yeah, 5 boys.
1 girl?
2 girls. And we have 2 died. We lose 2. Yes, Wolverhampton is my town, and I'm not leaving it, go nowhere. Some people move to London. I never move.
You weren't interested?
I didn't like, when I traveled to London and Birmingham and Manchester, it's the same thing. It's the same way it looked to me. Same house. The house they make same way. Same atmosphere, same everything. I wouldn't leave Wolverhampton and go nowhere unless I'm going back to Jamaica. Well, I have no trouble with nobody, you see, so quite alright.
Tell me about your family life. Do you think you brought up your children the same way that you were brought up?
Oh yeah, I learn them to have manners to people and not get themselves in no trouble. Because if they get themselves in and call for trouble, I'm not going to court. I'm not going to courthouse with them because I don't like courthouse. And they really behave themselves. They don't get themselves in no trouble. Only since they have car, police harass them. I want to know where they get this car, and check them out if they're license alright, that's all. But then they don't get themselves in no trouble.
Did they have a lot of incidents like that?
No, not much. If they're driving careful, then we get over it. Every one of them have car except me. I don't have none. I never really learned to drive.
So they give you lifts?
I was learning, but I did stop. And now I don't have no money to start back learning.
saying you brought them up to have manners and respect.
Mm-hmm.
How did you manage that? What did you do?
Well, the first one you tell him what to do, him come and then tell the other one. And all these things in the house here, they didn't mash them up or nothing. Always, if you train them from a little bit, when they go out, they must behave themselves, then they will hear you. But these last days, children are not, they're not hearing you at all. I don't know what. Things change. Even on the church there, you see them and you talk to them, but they won't hear you. I don't know what's the matter.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's the parents who taught them to behave themselves. When they go out, they must behave themselves. To sit quietly.
What age group are you talking about?
Children who, like your church, and children who you take to Sabbath class, the little children class.
The very young ones?
Them who can, not the little baby one, the bigger one them. They will come in the church and then start to jump all over the chair, they kick down the wall, and then I think it's the mother who should taught the children, young mothers.
What about the fathers?
And fathers too. Well, most of the mothers didn't have no fathers. The mothers come without the father. So I don't know up to the fathers.
Why do you think there are no fathers about?
I don't know what happened to them. The father then scarce. They don't want to stand up for the manhood. Them is very, I don't know what to say. They're not liable. Like when I have mind them, I got to work to mind them. I didn't wait on no government. I have to look work. Those days you couldn't get no money to even mind, but whatever everybody share. Sometimes we have to give them porridge. It was very hard time those days. I'm glad them grow up and come a man now.
So do you think fathers are important to family life?
Yeah, the fathers and mothers should grow the child together. And that will become a happy home. It would be a happy home. For when the child look and see the dad and see the mother. And if the mother gone out, the father should stop. And if the father gone, mother stop and look after them. the two of you don't go and leave them.
Mm.
They can burn up one another or kill one another. If my mistress gone out, I stop here till she come. Me gone, she stop.
Mm. Did you ever have babysitters?
Eh?
Did you ever have babysitters?
No, no,
Or was it
no.
just the two of you?
Just the two of us. We didn't bother no babysitter. In those days she couldn't work. She only me one used to work.
Mm.
But now she don't have no kids. She have bit of part time.
Was she not working because of having the children?
Those no, she couldn't work. Some have to go to school.
Mm.
Some have and the little one have to stay home till she bring them to school and come back.
Mm.
Yeah. One thing I didn't when I was growing up, I didn't let them run on the street.
Yeah.
Like these children come from school and take the street.
Mm.
Other children, I didn't learn them. I didn't let them go out on the street. Because they can get knocked down or anything.
Mm.
They play in the backyard till the time to come inside to read them books. That's the best way. Don't let your children go on the street and play. Because then you go astray, you see. Other children lead them to stray. And when they come big, then talk about it, you know.
Mm.
So we didn't allow them to go and play with other children on the road. I say, no. You get knocked down. That was around there.
Yeah.
Around there. Yes.
But when they talk about it now, how do they feel about that?
They laugh about it. But even them, if they have their children, you know, want them to go on the street either.
Mm.
And trying to keep them back away from the street. Can play in the backyard.
A lot of black families like that, do you think?
Yeah, plenty black families like, who are now raising children like that, yeah.
Mm. Do you think it was only black families that did that?
Hmm?
Was it only black families that didn't allow their children to play outside? Do you think?
As far as what me see is white people, the children are always on the street playing when they come from school.
Mm.
But I didn't allow mine, but because they did want to go and play with other children, riding cycle on the street.
Mm.
Well, I didn't buy none give them because I know they will get knocked down, so I didn't buy none give them. I say when you grow up, you can ride it. You can buy your own. You can get one. And it's what they do.
Mm.
And then when they grow up, they buy them one bicycle and fix it up themselves and ride it. Well, what they do, you know, all of them driving car. Mm. See, they have more money than me now, can buy a car.
What kind of jobs are they doing?
Me?
Your children?
One is mechanic. The last one is social. He work with the security in the factory down the bottom.
Mm.
Security man. Well, one is a carpet cleaner. Work with a firm. And when they work there, they alright. They have the job, yeah. Yeah.
Did you feel their education was important?
They didn't go as far where they could. They really never really study, but they're alright. They can anything they want, they can do it. They can read and write good, yeah. One of them what was talking to you, he may live in Telford.
Yeah.
And he was a overseer for some works what they're doing. Then still alright. And all of them have they have his missus with children.
How many grandchildren do you have there?
Yeah, the boy was here. But all of them like white girls, so they don't like the black. I don't know why they all black boys going for the white girls now.
You don't know why?
They look like they don't like their own color.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know why. I like my own color. The glad that England is all fair people going to be in England. The darker race going to cut out. You can see it now, ain't you?
How do you feel about
Hmm?
sons? How do you feel about your boys being with white women?
Well, you have to accept it, ain't it? You can't tell them to choose who they want. That's who they choose, you see.
You were saying earlier about we're going to be wrapping up a bit now.
Hmm?
We're going to be wrapping up a bit now, so I'll just ask you a few final questions
Yeah.
about. Well, you were saying earlier that you've lived in Wolverhampton since you came here,
Yeah.
and you're saying it changed a lot.
Yes, it improved
It's improved a lot.
a lot, yeah.
Tell me about some of the changes then. What's here now that wasn't here when you first came?
Well, you can see the town, ain't you? And the road that changed up. The ring road, all those roads was there before. And the market and those big supermarkets. You come back. And it's the last one.
It's busy. So we didn't have the supermarket.
No. No, they didn't have those big supermarkets now. And small ones. Even CNA wasn't that big. And on the rest of business place, a small little place. I know when I'm knocking them down, you see, and build it up.
just the town centre that's changed a lot, or has this area changed a lot as well?
Yeah, they make up better houses. This street used to have plenty old house, and they knock it down and make up new house. Go on straight up. But this is a new house, you see. This old house used to be around here, yeah. Then build new one here. So it changed. Wolverhampton changed very much, very much. Some people go away and come back, they can't find the place where they live. They lost. And then going down the street change. And then gone somewhere else, can't find the place. So it's a great change.
Do you prefer it now?
Oh yes. Better than first time.
So if you didn't come to Wolverhampton, where else might you have gone?
Well, I would go someplace where I would have somebody to receive me, you see. If my uncle wasn't in Wolverhampton, maybe I would in London or Manchester. But it's where he came first.
Yeah.
And just received me here, you see.
So that's because family was here that
Yeah,
you came
yeah.
here.
We couldn't get no place to stay, so we have to stop with Indian. Well, the government never find us nowhere, so we have to look place for ourselves. Rent house. So. Have to rent one room.
For how many people?
It was me and the wife and one kid them time. And we moved from house to house. Because you can stay at one house all the time. Having children, people don't like you. You can have more than one kids in the house. So you have to move house every 3 months. You have to look at another room.
Yeah.
But Indian was the best place for us to stay.
Why is that?
I don't know. But we really like to live with Indian people. And not just strict like our people are strict. They say the children are going to tear off the paper. You mean our people. But little baby can't tear paper. Tear off the wallpaper. So we say we could try the Indian them and we live with them until we get the council house over there. Yeah.
So how do you feel about Wolverhampton in comparison to Birmingham, Manchester?
Because I live here so long, I prefer Wolverhampton more than anywhere else. When I travel out and nowhere to me like Wolverhampton.
Why is that?
I don't know. I really like to come back to Wolverhampton when I go on trips and travel. I don't know. Must be because when I come and stay here, you see.
You've not really had any problems from the people here, you said before.
No, I have no problem with these people. Neither factory nor on street. Neither police. If I see a police coming, I tell him how they do. And he say how they do. If you have manners, you get out through the world. Although you don't have no money, but if you have manners, you'll get through. I always say good morning to anybody you see. Whether they speak yes or no. Say morning. And they will say morning back to you, yes. Manners. The boys would say heavy manners. If you have manners, you get through.
So if I asked you what was the best thing about living in Wolverhampton, what would you say that was?
The atmosphere is alright.
Yeah.
People are alright. And I don't put myself in on call for trouble. If they say don't come in that store or anything, I don't go in there. Well, I don't think they would tell me that because I'm not a pub man where they turn you out of that pub or the club. I don't go to them places. I have my garden, what you can see my garden. Nice garden up the back there. I don't have time to go on the street.
Got any strawberries?
Mm-hmm.
Got any strawberries?
Yeah, I have a few.
Alright.
You like strawberry? I think I get a few for you.
Okay. Alright. Well, I think that concludes the interview. Thank you very much, Brother Blake,
Yeah.
for the information that you've given us.
Mm.
Is there anything you want to say? Add to that?
No, sir, I think I say enough.
Alright.
I don't remember what I said.